and that is the truth from the source of truth, and whatever the big book or the little book that speak that truth is the truth. Okay, mind is a terrible thing to waste, and so many people are just wasting their mind because they're not thinking. Okay, you waste your mind when you're not thinking analytically. Okay, analytically means that you don't just let anybody tell you anything and you will, oh yeah, oh okay, yeah, you right about that. I sure enough, sound right to me. Yep, that boy sure enough probably did that stuff. And the boy wasn't even nowhere around. Okay, analytical thinking is being able to size things up with the intelligence, okay, of your intellect, okay, which is something in your brain that puts information together, formulates it. And then what it does is it breaks it down in compartments, and then it puts it together and say, yep, that's what's correct. Now, if you really analyze life itself, people that are successful in various forms of life are good analytical thinkers. You know, my good brothers on the internet, they still around on Facebook because they were dynamic analytical thinkers. Pardon me. I'm still around. Wow, I think I'm like the last one of the crew, man. Wow. And this is the anniversary coming up now on the 16th of this month. We'll make over 40 years, man. But anyway, we're gonna get into that at another time. But the ability to be analytical is what keeps people alive, a step ahead of their enemies, what makes them be able to be successful, and even putting a puzzle together. You know, I know a person, a lady, used to do puzzles all the time, all the time, all the time. You know, and her ability to think things out was just incredible. You know, because her mind was trained to be analytical from a young dude, man. You know, my father, man, may he rest in peace, man. He knew that this life was going to be rough and tough for me. That's why at 3 years old, y'all think I'm joking. 3 years old, I'm in a high chair. The Christmas tree is right over here on the side, and he gave me a pair of Everlast boxing gloves. You know, put them on me and held his hand up and started moving my hands, teaching me how to box. He said, because before you learn how to kick and jump and do karate and judo and jujitsu, you're going to learn how to box, because that's what's going to come at you first, being in the hood that we in. Okay, and at that time we was living in South Jamaica Projects on South Road, 160th Street, I believe. But anyway, he taught me to be analytical as well as tough. And that's a necessity, okay? But what I want to move along real quick is, dig this. And I ain't afraid to speak, man, because people, man, been wanting to try to assassinate me, try to kill me. They done locked me up in prison. They done did so much to me. What more can they do? And I trust in Allah, and I know that I ain't going until Allah call me back. All right, so later for you cats. Bush, okay, had made some statements about chemical stuff way back when, but let's move it up, okay? Right now, recently, you had this, I don't want to be disrespectful in calling him out of his name, you had Mr. Trump make a statement stating that before the election, there will be a cure for this corona epidemic. Guaranteed, it will be a cure. He made that statement. I recorded it twice. He didn't say hopefully. He said there will be a cure. Okay? And he's running around out the hospital with no mask on. His family ain't worrying about no mask. Doesn't that make you go, whoa, why, how? Are they having a secret laboratory where they ain't worried about it? Ma, I think I'm getting sick again. Come on over here, boy. Give you that shot. What? you too? Donald, I told you, get your ass over here. Bend over. He'll give you another shot. Because they're not worried. You understand? The leader of the free world, the most powerful nation at this time on the planet Earth, is not worried about being sick, knowing that he has the fate and the control of the lives of hundreds of millions of people at his beck and call within his care, and he's reckless and careless. That ought to make you say, what's going on? But I'm not going to go much more into that because you should be doing analytical thinking on your own. I'm not going to think for you for everything, okay? So think about that, you know. And the numbers are one of the highest rates today. We went up like 30 something percent. What's up with that? You know? The minority communities rates are going up higher. You know, what's up with that? You understand? People are saying now that by the beginning of the year, they're not going to be deliveries. People are stocking up on food. A lot of people buying pounds and pounds of rice and potatoes and anything they can. They're hoarding food because they truly believe that eventually these trucks on the road are going to stop running. The food is going to stop being produced where it can be shipped and delivered, and people are going to be starving. Okay? And don't think people won't starve in America. All right? When I was a Black Panther, one of the things that drew me to them was that when I would go to school, there were so many hungry kids when I was in the second and third grade, and my mama used to make me these nice little sandwiches, and I used to slice them up, break them up, and maybe take a fourth of a piece, man, because I had my little homies that were hungry in the second and third grade. You know, they didn't have free lunch programs then. The Black Panthers, what a lot of people don't know, were the ones that initiated free lunch in schools. We used to go to stores and tell them, we asked at first nicely, and they said, get the hell out of here, they ain't never heard of us. And then when we came in with 30 brothers in black, militant style, no violence, just intellect, reason, okay, compassion, and understanding. We got hungry people in our community. Even if you only give a couple bags of chips, that may help stop the hunger. Our children can't learn if they're hungry. And this grew into a big project that eventually led to the free programs of food for children in America all across the states, from the east to the west coast, from the west coast to the east coast. Okay, that's what was one of the beginning initiators movements of the Black Panther Party. Okay, we wasn't about violence and just acting crazy and stuff. That's a wrong image that was projected. Okay, so just think about what's going on, brothers and sisters. Okay, we're living in some crucial times. One more thing I just want to say before closing, you know what I'm saying, is that no society in the world has stayed on top forever. Most of them are wiped out and forgotten. You have a few ancient civilizations like China that fell and they grew back up and they're still around. Egypt, thousands of years, they're still around, but they're very weak. Persia changed their name to Iran, they weak. Okay, Genghis Khan, Mongolia is nothing now, and they rule the world. Okay, so just think about it. America's not going to be on top forever. It's not going to be the superpower forever. So prepare yourself. Okay, you know, it's like the old saying, hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. And with that, I'm going to bring this to a close, but I want to say, Mom, Dad, Grandma, grandparents, rest in peace. I hope that you are pleased with me. And I want to say to my dearest beloved, my wife, Thalia, I still love you madly. I'm going to always love you. And no one could ever capture my heart the way you did and the way you still have. And I will always love you. And I hope that I will be well enough in the sight of God, Allah, to see you in heaven. Okay, so with that, to my viewers, I just want to say have a good evening. Be safe, rest in peace, and keep the beast away and deal with the human beings. Salam alaikum. But of course, power to the people.